Hi everyone, this is one of the extra videos that I'm recording. Uh, uh, Probably don't need it for your project unless you want to do something extra like using the second platform for running your project. So in that case, this today video might be relevant to you. So anyway, today we want to see how we can upload materials like a CSV file into our local system. What I mean, local system, local installation of Hadoop. So you upload from your PC to a local installation of Hadoop ecosystem. So you might remember in one of your classes, I teach you how to install Hadoop locally on your system. Probably if you want to do in Amazon AWS, Google Cloud, or other platforms or services, most likely there is similar steps, but I assume local installation of Hadoop might be more convenient in the aspect that you can resolve this all the issues by yourself, and it's free. So let's just go from here. If I have, as I said during the break, I'm going to upload more videos like how to work Hadoop and Spark in the Amazon AWS or Google Cloud, or you might also use other institutions platform. Anyway, so again, if you forget how to or you haven't installed Hadoop locally, please go watch the posted session. Otherwise, you can also, get back to this video later, but this video is for the people that already installed Hadoop ecosystem on their own local system. And especially Windows users. For Mac user or Linux users, also there's similar steps. Okay, so from your command, just please open your command prompt and type start all. So when you do that, Node Manager and Yarn would run automatically. You can wait a little bit, maybe a few seconds, to, so all of them would be run. Also, I put the commands on your PowerPoint. The PowerPoint is already uploaded in Moodle, so you don't have to type everything by yourself. You can just simply copy and paste. So after running Yarn and the Node and Resource Managers, you can go to your browser, type localhost 9870. This is the port that is relevant to local installation of Hadoop and access to that. So let me go there. So here I type localhost 9870. And that's it. So here you can see some information like when the service started, cluster ID, block pool ID, and some other information related to local installation. So go to utilities, and utility, go to, let's see. Oh, this is stopped. So let me just resume share. So I make the font a little larger so it's easier for me and and you guys to read it. So after going to localhost 9870, go to utilities and browse the file system. So basically, this is the directory, it's the main directory or the root of all the files that you have. As you see, I have a TMP folder here. When I go in it, I see what is inside that folder. It's basically it's I already installed another service, so that folder is related to another service, so you may not see the folder. You can use here for creating or uploading the files, but let's just learn how some HDFS code, so you can just do all of them manually. So the environment would be something similar to Linux. So again, open a command prompt. Also, I just forgot to say, with JPS, you can see you have those services on your system. I mean, Yarn, Resource Node Manager. So let me just copy and paste here, JPS. So I have name node, Resource Manager, and JPS. So seems everything is fine. Okay. So with HDFS, DFS, your command prompt understand that you want to type some Hadoop codes. And as you see, dash mkdir is just for creating directory. There's a space, and after a space slash test, what it does, it creates folder with the name of test on my root directory. mkdir stands for make directory. So let me just copy, Ctrl C here, just paste, enter. Okay, so as you see, I have a typo. There's a JPS. I shouldn't do that. So let me right click. So HDFS, DFS, mkdir / test. It might take a little bit. So now let's go back to my browser. Okay, so you need to refresh or just go to the Go press. And now I have a test directory under my root address. When I click, nothing is in the directory. You can just go back. So in your browser, with Hadoop version, you can understand which version of Hadoop you have. So let me just paste here. I have Hadoop 3.3.0. If you have another version, maybe the commands that I'm using is not applicable. So be sure that you're using the same version or not very different. Maybe 3.2, 3.1 is okay, but if it's like Hadoop 1, 2, or the commands might be different. So next command, again, HDFS, DFS means it's a Hadoop command /put. It's something like copy and paste. As you see, there is the address in my computer, Hadoop local files, web cell. So the first address is arbitrary. You can use any address. And I'm just saying that copy from this address, then there is a space, paste under test directory, which I just created. So let me just copy this command. And paste here. Now I could enter a website. By the way, it's one of, I already used this CSV file in one of your class lectures. So, and also I uploaded in the week 15. So you can easily access to this CSV file. Let's look at my browser. So I click on test. Do you see? I have a web sale, web_sale.csv file, and the size is almost 70 kilobytes. Cool. You can also check the content on your with your command prompt. So with -ls, I'm seeing all the folders that I have in the root, because slash means root and test means directly on the root. So let me just copy. So I have two items, TMP and test, which I just created. Now I want to see what I have under the test. So same command, I'm just saying test folder. You know, it might take a little bit of time because this ecosystem is for very large data. So maybe for a small data is not very efficient, but if you use a very large data set, it's very efficient. So it's one of the ways that you can upload the CSV file, which is a table. So on top of a table, you can also create a database and connect or load it. So hopefully if you have time, I upload the video. I tried to make it to teach you Hive, but because of some bugs for the Windows, maybe later I create that video and post it later. Okay. Let's upload another file. So okay, not this one. So I tried to copy same file from my local system into test directory of Hadoop. It didn't let me because it already existed. Instead of that, instead of web_sale, I use another file, let's say Titanic underline ALT, and I'm uploading it to the same location. So let's do LS again, stands for list, and I'm seeing all listing the files under the test directory of Hadoop. So as we see now, I have Titanic underline ALT and web sale underline, sorry, web_sale.csv. So with the cat command, which let me show from your screen. So with the cat command, basically is similar to printing. So basically you can see what you have in that file. So HDFS cat, and on the test directory, I'm looking for Titanic ALT.csv. So as you see, for example, the last row, the ID is 89103 male, 32 probably age, and other factors. Let's create another folder. So HDFS, DFS, mkdir stands for make directory, space, test2. So let's see if it's created HDFS, DFS, dash, slash, and just, so dash ls, slash means just a root. So as you see, our test2 TMP. Now what I want to do, I want to move means cut and paste. So I want to move Titanic underline ALT to test2 directory. So HDFS, DFS, MV stands for move, from test directory, get Titanic underline ALT.csv, and cut the destination is slash test2. Let's see if it's moved. So again, HDFS, DFS, it just let your computer know that you are doing Hadoop command dash ls, and under test2, we want to see if that file is moved. Yes. Let's see what happened on the just test. As you see, Titanic underline ALT is not under test anymore, it's under test2, because with env command, we just move it. So move or cut and paste may not be the most secure way of copying, because you may lose it. So what can you do? Also, you can copy. You can copy a file from a Hadoop folder to another one. So again, HDFS, DFS, dash CP stands for copy from test2 Titanic underline ALT.csv space, destination is test. Let's just see if it's copied. So HDFS, DFS, dash ls, space, test. So, okay, there's a typo here. HDFS. Yeah, now we copied from test2 directory, copied back to test directory. Let's see if it's moved or just copied. So if we list the files under test2 directory, we should see Titanic underline ALT. Yes. So with the dash MV, you move. With dash CP, you just copy. Also, there is another command is tail, which similar to cat, but you just see 1 kilobytes of a file. So if you have a very large file, printing all the file maybe is not efficient. Maybe just want to see 1 kilobyte of a file as a sample. So HDFS DFS dot dash tail space that slash test underline Titanic alt dot CSV. So here, I don't see the whole of the Titanic under ALT, so it's probably better command than cat. So it's feasible for the large data sets. So underlined under test 2, we had Titanic underline ALT. Let's just delete that file. HDFS, DFS, so we have to do it for everything. RM stands for remove. Test 2 and underline test 2, this Titanic underline ALT, that's CSV. As you see, the message is deleted this file. So let's just do a copy. So HDFS DFS dash LSTS test 2, let's see if it's still there. No, there's when we list all the files on the test2 directory, we don't see anything. In some cases, you want to see information regarding a file. So one of the good commands is du. So it just shows the size of a file. So hdfs dfs dash du dash s test Titanic underline alt dot csv. So as you see, this file has 35,278 bytes or 35 kilobytes. So we saw with du we see information of a file. So after du there's a dash s stands for size. So let's see some similar information about the whole of HDFS file system. With dash df, you can see those informations like size, capacity, how much free space we have. So HDFS DFS dash df. So as you see, the size is, oh my God, so kilobyte, megabyte, I think it's about 500 gigabytes, which I just used 107 kilobytes, almost nothing. Almost all the data set is available and just near 0% or 0.0001%, almost 0%. Also, you might remember of replication factor is basically for being more reliable. You might keep different copies of a file, your Hadoop ecosystem in different clusters that work in parallel. So your system would be very reliable and resilient. So with ls R option, you can see how many replication of a file you have. But let's just do for the Titanic. So HDFS DFS dash less location test directory defining Titanic underline LALT.csv. So you just have one replication or just one copy. We can increase that to be more reliable. So HDFS DFS that dash set rep stands for set replication 3. The file is test underline Titanic / Titanic underline alt.csv. So again, let's see the replication factor. So we have the replication factor is 3. So now we are more reliable. So in case there's any issue, we have another replication of the file. Today I show you some commands. I don't expect you to memorize all of them at once, but if you practice more, you probably can remember it. So with dash help, you can see how many commands you have. HTFS, DFS, dash help. DFS, dash help. So many commands, but let's say you want to see the details of each command or how many options you have for a command. So you might remember for ls or you can see replication factor, or with another one du-s stands for size. You can see size of a file. So the command is just help, dot help, and after help you type the command like mkdir stands for make directory. So htfs dfs dash help dot mkdir. By the way, I'm teaching a little faster than what you had in the class because it's all of you see asynchronously. You can pause and run, and so while we were in the class, as I had some of your friends in class as in person or synchronously over Zoom, I make some pause so your friends can try. But here, since all of you see the video later, so you can, anytime I see a command, you can pause the video, check it, then keep watching the remaining of the video. So dash help mkdir. So you see that you have option of DFS, for example, define a value for a given property, JT, and dash P. So dash value. So these are the options of mkdir. By the way, you can Google it and over Apache, under Apache project, you can see some examples and basically you can follow them. But if you already practice it over a source or a tutorial, usually don't have to just again Google and find it. You can just with the dash help, the command name, you can find good I mean, a smart and short help. Sorry, for mkdir, we just have dash p. Do not fail if the directory already exists. So what does it mean? It means if if I want to make directory of test over the test, it doesn't give me any warning, just create it again. So let's just do it. So tfs.mkdir dash test. Put the option of P. Now it doesn't give me any warning. So let's just see what happened. So although I recreated that folder, but I didn't lose the files. So I don't recommend to use this option because, so if you already created the folder, what's the point of making a new folder again, that new folder again? So sometimes the options are not that useful, like for mkdir, but again, for other commands, maybe you have very useful, more applicable options. So how do we, with the move and with RM, which stands for remove, we can remove a file, but what about the folder? If you want to remove a folder, you should use -R after RM. Otherwise, you cannot delete a folder like hdfs, dfs, rm-test. You see, it gives me a warning. It's a folder, I cannot delete it. So, but I can delete the Titanic. Let's do it. ls. Now we don't have the Titanic file. Now, if I want to delete whole of the folder, after RM stands for remove, I put -R. And let's remove the second folder. Let's now see what I have in my root folder. As you see, it's just have TMP, test and test2, both of them are deleted. You can, again, you can do help and RM. So do you see, look at option, either lowercase or uppercase, it's just a recursive delete directory. So as you see with this option, you can delete whole of the directory. Anyway, thank you very much. Again, this might be useful for the people who wants to use a local installation of Hadoop for doing their project. They need to upload their project file into Hadoop ecosystem, then connect it to the Spark. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, even you can reach me during the break. And keep posting more advanced topic, because again, as I said, this course I believe should be divided in two courses, since it's very new topic. It's not developed yet. Even I'm trying. I've tried to use some of the technologies like Hive and teach you, but the newest version has so many bugs that make it difficult to do it in Windows. So, but the good thing, you're almost a not exactly, but almost pioneer of this topic. So, and is a good thing. Also, learning might be a little challenging, but you can take advantage of knowing something ahead of many people. Thank you very much. And in case you have questions or comment, please just reach me through either GroupMe, email, or any other more convenient approaches. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of the day.